Welcome to Rugby Nats TV. Today we're on the south coast at National 3 southwest side Bournemouth. The club hasn't got off to the greatest of starts, losing their first two games of the season against Bracknell and newly promoted Salisbury. They take on Brixham this weekend, who like Bournemouth have yet to get a win under their belt. It should be an interesting game as both teams will be battling it out to claim that all-important W. Let's head into the club, have a look behind the scenes and find out what's going on. Moving on to this weekend's clash against Brixham. Neither side have got a win under their belt. What are you expecting from them this weekend?
Well, from our previous experience with them, it's the physicality they bring. We can expect a hard fight up front, so we've gone with a fairly big pack this week just to try and accommodate what they're going to throw at us. For us, if it's going to be a good weather, we're going to love to throw it around and get out wide quick. And we've got two rapid wingers this weekend. Wynn is, an outstanding player who can run the 100 in just over 10 seconds. So he's one of those electric players. If we get it to him early on, scare them a bit, we should fall into our groove again, like we did last season.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
Best of luck for Saturday and best of luck for the season.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thanks.
Cheers. Best moment in your club shirt?
Dummy cross kick against Wimborne when I was 18 years old.
Any strange superstitions?
Must wear black Nike socks underneath my Bournemouth socks.
Toughest ground to play at in the league?
Bournemouth Rugby Club.
Hardest hitter?
BMC, Big Man Charlie.
Most vocal person in the changing room?
Not Sam Hardcastle.
Go-to coach trip song?
Any form of Westlife.
Who's the longest in the shower?
Pat Fraser takes about 10 hours.
I'll leave it there. Thanks, Woody.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. We're back at Chapel Gate, home of Bournemouth Rugby Club. They take on Brixham this afternoon, which should be a very tough encounter, as both teams will be battling it out to get their first win of the season. I spoke to the Bournemouth skipper, Alan Manning, on Thursday night, and he said they were preparing to go to war and be starting their biggest pack to match a very physical Brixham side. It's still early days in the season, but both teams will be wanting to get back to winning ways, starting from today. Bournemouth over the past few years have been up and down between National 2 and 3. How do you intend to take them up and then keep them up?
It's a real difficulty because we don't have a budget here. So everybody that you see around this rugby club is an amateur, everybody's a volunteer. And that's difficult because against some of the big clubs that are paying good salaries to some of their coaches and to their players, it means that we're fighting for a limited player pool. So what we've tried to do is create a club where everybody is in it together. There's no sort of hierarchy. We all work hard for one another.
Yeah, moving on to today, what are you expecting from Brixham?
Brixham have also had a tough start. Drew the first game, lost quite heavily last week against Old Reds. We played them obviously twice last year, and they gave us a really good game in both. We thought they would be up there challenging, but they've had a change of coaching team, and so we don't really know what we're expecting. They've got some youngsters, they've brought in a couple of guys, so we know it'll be physical. It always is against the Devon side, so we've just got to win the contact area, win the collision, and we should be good.
Appreciate your time. Best of luck for today.
Thanks very much. Cheers, mate.
Boys, we're there, we're smashing them, getting about that first tackle, we turn the ball over. That's how much it means to us, boys, that's how we start.
Go and get it. Bournemouth on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fire! Let's go, fellas.
Absolute privilege to be back in this show. Yeah! Home game, we go out there, we look after the field, we get the job done, and that's it, end of boys. Rugby is a very simple game. We get out there, do the basics, retain that ball, and we play well, we play hard for each other. That's it, boys. 2, 3.
A stop-start game due to injuries, but first win of the season. You must be pleased with that.
I'm very pleased, yeah. Unforeseen circumstances made, I think you said the first half was an hour and a half, but Waves boys stuck at it. The physicality didn't drop. A couple of moments of lapse of concentration, but the way we stuck at it, we played our game. Wide rugby, one-out runners, and the scoreline just reflects how much we can play, and it's really good. First home win. Start making this a fortress, and can't be prouder of the guys.
I'm here with Joan Senior, Bournemouth PR manager. Joan, what did you make of the game?
Well, it's a bit of a shock with the injuries that were going on, and I hope the guy from Brixham's okay. Our medical team did a great job being there, and the ambulance came quickly, so I'm glad that was all sorted. But apart from that, it was a win today, which is brilliant for the club.
Guys, how do you think that went?
Yeah, really positive game from our perspective, obviously getting the win after 2 losses. Bit of an awkward game, bit of a stop and start. Their winger unfortunately got injured, so we wish him well. But from our point of view, we got the win. Now it's going to start leading us into next week, so yeah, really good for me.
Just on that, best of wishes and speedy recovery to JP Simonati. Guys, keeping the momentum going off to Lydney next week. What are you expecting from them?
Well, we know they've had a good start to the season, so we need to go on the road. We've been a bit dodgy on the road so far, so we need to take positives from today and training this week, fine-tune some areas that we weren't happy with this week and take it on the road.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, guys. That's it for this week. A massive thank you to Bournemouth for allowing us to showcase their club. Keep an eye out for their Crossbar Challenge, which is out on Wednesday at 11. It's one to watch. Next week, we're off to Molesey Road, where Esher take on Plymouth. Until then.